Hi, I'm Kamali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on NewsFeed today. What does this photo of Justin Bieber eating a burrito say about the state of today's mass media? A metaphor for our times, or just a man who can't work an umbrella? Donald Trump leaves his brolly blowing in the wind.
Who needs the Kwik-E-Mart? Now here's the tricky part.
Is it closing time for Springfield's original Indian character? And Monday's Animals Doing Stuff, Cat Moss makes an appearance at a fashion show in Istanbul. And top of our news feed, the rise of the media prankster. More and more people are going to great lengths to trick media outlets into thinking something is real when it's not. The latest example features Justin Bieber and a group of YouTubers. But what can we learn about our own media consumption from their stupid pranks? Here's Denis.
If you're online as much as we are, you'd have seen this picture.
What is driving the internet crazy?
Starting with Justin Bieber.
This is how he eats a burrito.
JB chowing down on a burrito like it's a corn cob.
He's eating a burrito like he's eating corn in the cob.
And it's almost like he's eating it like a cob of corn.
You don't eat raw chicken, and you don't eat a burrito like that.
Compromising its structure by attacking it. And if you're not offended, you're not American.
But it turns out the photo was faked. That's not Justin Bieber at all. It's a lookalike paid to stage the photo by the team behind the YouTube channel Yes Theory.
We wanted to prove a point, that staging a story as goofy as it was can be done much more easily than most people can imagine.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's entirely true. If I were a cynic, and I am, I'd say they did it for the publicity. And looks like it worked. Google searches for the brand spiked when they revealed the prank on Sunday, and their documentary-style video about the prank has been watched nearly 1 million times in less than 24 hours. Now, they're not the first to do this kind of thing, and they certainly won't be the last. Vice reporter Uber Butler is a serial prankster.
Last year, I got a fake restaurant in a shed to #1 on TripAdvisor in London.
That story was picked up by news outlets all over the world before it was eventually revealed to be a hoax. The Singaporean parliament even brought it up when discussing laws against fake news. At the time, Butler said he wanted to prove how easy it was to manipulate review sites. Well, this year he was at it again, infiltrating Fashion Week as a fake designer.
It might need shooting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And again, he was inundated with interview requests about his latest hilarious prank, except this time he went one step further and sent body doubles to pretend to be him.
We kind of got away with it.
Now, it's enough to make you think almost everything you see in the news is one big lie. And Butler says that's kind of the point.
One of the things I would hope it would do is promote within a viewer to think, you know, depending on wherever you get your news from, I think that there's a validity and sort of a value in wherever you watch your news to think twice about a story. Because if we are just accepting everything we see on television every morning, depending on what side of the political spectrum you are, then I don't think that that's also a completely healthy thing.
Now, given more and more of us are getting our news primarily from social media, it's going to get harder and harder to determine the real from the fake.
I just want to take a moment to add something to the discussion. Now, these kind of pranks reinforce the need for all of us to be more vigilant about the news we see and hear. And that goes for us on this side of the camera too. Now, the best thing you guys can do is make sure you're getting your news from a bunch of different sources. And we journalists need to exercise our critical thought more than ever. Otherwise, it'll become harder to distinguish the important stuff from the fake stuff. Moving on, it's been a hate-filled few days in the United States. On Friday, after mail bombs were sent to 13 high-profile Democrats, a man was arrested, and in news that will surprise absolutely no one, it turns out that he was a rabid Trump supporter who'd posted racist, homophobic, and anti-Semitic messages online. And then on Saturday, a man who'd talked online about his hatred of Jewish people went into a synagogue in Pittsburgh to shoot and kill Jewish people.
It's a very horrific crime scene.
It's one of the worst that I've seen.
In the next several weeks and months, it will become increasingly clear and increasingly necessary to show our support of the Jewish community, to be behind the community as a whole, and to say that anti-Semitism is not even remotely a thought within this city's borders.
Let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. Now, after briefly commenting on the Pittsburgh shootings, Donald Trump boarded Air Force One, and as you can see, he just left his umbrella at the top of the stairs. Now, the internet made it go viral and said it was the perfect metaphor for Trump's presidency. The umbrella apparently is violence in the United States. Trump built it up and left it at the door and then walks away while it does its thing. This is the Wild Boar football team at Old Trafford. Manchester United posted pics of the team around the ground on Sunday as they hung out with some of the current superstars, as you can see, and with club legends like Eric Cantona. Now, Man U invited the boys to the UK after they were rescued from a cave complex in Thailand back in July. And they got to see United win, so it was an good day all round. And it's Republic Day here in Turkey. Google's marking it with one of its Google Doodles, and 29 Ekim 1923 has been one of Twitter's top trending topics for the day, with people sharing images of Ataturk, who created the Republic of Turkey on the 29th of October 1923. And as mentioned, it is Republic Day here in Turkey, and the government have chosen to officially open the new airport. Apparently, it will be one of the biggest airports ever built from scratch. Now, one of the Simpsons' most famous characters could be written out of the show. Apu Nahaspi Mapetalan has become problematic. Now, we covered the controversy around him earlier this year. And his character's journey is a neat pop culture allegory about identity politics and how society has changed in the past 25 years.
Thank you for coming. I'll see you in hell. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live.
him. He's expressing his faith, eh?
I've tried to express this before. You know, the idea that anybody was young or old, past or present, was bullied or teased based on the character of Apu, it just really makes me sad.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
It's hard to say. Something that started decades ago and was applauded and inoffensive is now politically incorrect. What can you do?
Some things will be dealt with at a later date.
If at all.
Horrible, I tell you. By the end, I thought I was a hummingbird of some kind.
Now, women of the Berber tribe in North Africa have been getting facial tattoos for hundreds of years. It's an ancient tradition that's becoming less and less common.
ايوا تيدخ رجال تسوزية تيدخ رجال تسوزية
سنين رجال أكفوز سنة دليلين وكفوز رجال تسالوت ها أرد رجال جيدة من ناسي تيغيغ استنمليتين رجال صافي نقينا فيفا وتعفر بي إيجاز كتاب قبل تيديال في 3000
روان جدين شيء غاين تجمعوني بن جالس سرشتن فخندي فاستن النار ها إذا تجمعوني وذن جالس يحيزان وذن نسوي نحج زين تغايدا نصير مفضي إني كذا بدي تجرب وريدين إن غادي يزين كذا نجيب ندور نكون نستحق جامد الكيدا.
And in Monday's Animals Doing Stuff, we bring together a feline and fashion in a viral video which is uniquely Istanbul. Now, a cat interrupted a fashion show on Friday, and after a quick freshen up, the cat decided to give the modelling thing a go. But when that got boring, he tried half-heartedly, as you see, to grab one of the models. But by this point, everyone involved was stopped looking at the women in the clothes and were all focused on the cat. And with perfect timing, the cat walks off. Now, this video has been viewed and shared millions of times since it was posted on Instagram. And that is a lot from the NewsFeed team. You'll find us on Twitter, YouTube and Facebook. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again soon.